Hi, hier Rock'n'Roll. Willkommen bei einer Stunde lang 2Rock. Heute ganz hoheitlichen Besuch hier in meiner kleinen Rocksendung, nämlich Angus Young von AC/DC. It's a great pleasure to have you here.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Good.
So, 27 years of rock and roll, 17 records, and could you tell us your secret of success?
Viagra?
Viagra, is it?
I think it's just that you play good rock and roll. I've been playing rock and roll from the beginning and haven't changed. And I think people come, this is what they expect of AC/DC, to go in. When you go and see them and when you hear a record, that they can expect, good hard rock and roll. And I think that's probably why people look at it and go, well, it's successful, because it stayed that way all the time.
For that success, you need a lot of power. Where did you get that from?
Power.
Power, I think.
Well, I think it comes. It's from the music itself. It's not it's a very. I can speak personally, I suppose, but for myself, it's very, it's an exciting music.
So it's a circle. You get that energy from the music.
That's right. Yes.
You put it into music again.
Yep.
Here we are. So I got the impression that the music business is sort of a pool full of sharks and stuff. So what are your experience in that?
Yeah, well, I suppose it is. It can give you wrinkles, I suppose. Music business, stress, I suppose. But you do your best. You have to. I suppose. If you look at it these days, music is like a corporation, and it's like yourself. You work for, a TV channel. It's a big. At the end of the day, it's a big business.
Business thing.
So you've always got to between business and creation. You've got to try and find a good balance, I suppose.
27 Jahre lang Rock'n'Roll, 17 Alben, also da spricht einiges für sich. Die Energie, die haben sie sich aus der Musik selber geholt. Das ist, kann man sehen, wie ein Kreislauf. Also die Rock'n'Roll gibt ihnen Energie und das geben sie dann wieder weiter in die Musik. Das Haifischbecken in dem Musikbusiness, da hat er sich ganz gut zurechtgefunden. Man kann zwar Falten kriegen, aber man kann auch irgendwie so seinen Bereich finden, wo man sich ganz gut ausleben kann. Und das haben sie auch gemacht. AC/DC gibt es jetzt erstmal einen Clip, Satellite Blues, aktueller Clip, jetzt für euch und bitte. Das war jetzt Van Halen mit Jump, auch eine der Götter. Weiter geht's hier mit Angus Young von AC/DC. So, Stiff Upper Lip was
yes.
record based on, I've read, 135,000 cigarettes. What else do you need for that? So you smoked a lot.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of, and within AC/DC, it's, I think it was just that somebody had commented at the time, must be a good record, all the cigarettes you smoked, And, it seemed to have, stuck, I mean, it's a smoking record, I suppose.
It's a smoking record. So what else do you need in your studio? How does it look like? Is there anything special standing around and stuff?
Yeah, well, I suppose these days a lot of people bring, like you got guys who engineers, they bring like skulls and...
Skulls?
Yeah, and, dead... voodoo items and all sorts of things.
And that's where the rock and roll comes from the...
Yeah, well, I don't know, but it seems to work for them when they're working there, I think it's part of the, for them, probably part of the atmosphere, But for us, it doesn't. If you put us in a cardboard box and it sounded good, we'd be happy.
So you don't need something special, no luxuries, no stuff, just...
No, nothing. Yeah.
Your guitar.
Just as long as you got the guitar and the amplifiers and they put the microphones in the right places, we're happy. You got to have good songs too, because I think you got good songs, that's, and if you're prepared before you go in the studio, you're not going to sit there and, waste a lot of time. You'll just get straight to it.
So Can't Stand Still?
Can't Stand Still, yeah.
That sounds not just like a song title, it sounds more like a life philosophy.
Yeah,
the
well,
AC/DC special
pretty much, thing. Yeah, because you don't, as a rock and roll band, from the very beginning, you knew that it was, probably because of the music you were playing, that it was, you know, it was a music that, you know, you would have to keep battling to get played, you know. You know, because with rock and roll seems to come that culture that, you know, you'll always be, you know, battling, you know, a lot of conservative world. So, you know, you've got to be prepared for a long road, and in that, you know, you'll be working a lot of times, you know, when you go in. Once you come off the road, you'll be back writing songs again. You'll be, you know, making, you know, new records, new songs. So it never stops. It doesn't. It's not like you come off the road and you go, okay, I'm off for the Bahamas now for a few years.
Isn't there a time where you think, so, no, I need some vacation? It's enough right now. What do you do there when you say,
well, usually when I'm on tour, it's pretty about the closest I get to a vacation. You know, because,
you do.
Yeah, I got looked after a lot, you know. So.
Any special place where you go there?
Well, on stage, you know.
On stage? That's your vacation.
That's my vacation, because when you're on stage, nobody's calling you on a mobile phone. No one says, hey, you got to get up.
Yeah.
No one says, hey, we got an interview. No one does. See, that's when I'm on stage. That's the vacation, because you got your own little world, you know. And that's the real vacation, you know, because you can. Your mind goes, you know, it just goes into the, you know, the stratosphere. You know?
Ja. Steve überlebt. 135.000 Zigaretten haben sie hierfür gebraucht, sonst eigentlich nichts außer ihre Gitarre und das, was sie im Kopf hatten, nämlich ein tolles Album, was dann noch rauskam. Vacation, also Urlaub, haben sie jetzt nicht so viel. Er findet es an der Bühne am schönsten, weil da kommt keiner daher, der irgendwie meint, so Interview oder das Handy klingelt oder sonst irgendwas. Da kann er sich richtig ausleben. Und ausgelebt haben sie sich auch bei dem wunderbaren Lied Thunderstruck, das es jetzt gibt von AC/DC für euch jetzt. Das war jetzt AC/DC mit Big Gun. Und weiter geht's hier auch mit AC/DC. So that was Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the people of my country, Austria. In this clip, and I think he's a big AC/DC fan, am I right?
He is. He's
And
very...
Stephen King as well?
Yes, Stephen King is, yes.
You've got a very popular and huge fan base.
Very lucky, yeah.
Any other popular fans, like somebody, all of them?
It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of people, you know, you get surprised, you know, at times, you know.
So it comes also to friendships in this business? Through music, friendships and stuff?
Yeah, you meet a lot of people, different walks of life, sport people, everything, you know. So, and
so you do not separate it like that's my private thing and that's the business and my friends are somewhere else. They're also in this business?
yeah, well, you try to keep a balance, you know. I mean, if you're not, you know, if you go, you know, I think when you play, you perform and everything, you know, people know you, and, you know, that's when they know you as, you know, AC/DC. You know? You know, but if you go down the street or something and shop or something, you know, that's your own time, huh?
Do you get recognized a lot?
I'm lucky a lot, you know. I keep my head down. And people expect someone in a school suit.
Yeah, that's the
school
thing,
uniform.
maybe.
So I'm lucky. I can come and I can move around and blend in, and you know, people these days are very tall, and I'm very small, so not many people look on the floor.
So you do not have problems with being...
Yeah, I don't make a fuss about it. You know, I think if you make a fuss about your life, you know, if you surround yourself with a lot of people and stuff, then people can go, there's someone in a big car with a lot of entourage and things, and then they know who you are, you know. I think that then it's a bit advertising, you know. But I like to come and go as I please. You know.
So do you think you had sometimes problems in this 27 years that people are your friends because of other reasons, not like you're the nice person because you're the AC/DC guy?
Yeah, well, I think you learn pretty much, you know, as you go along, you know, you learn the difference between acquaintances and friends, you know. You know, and there's an old phrase that, you know, if you can count your friends on one hand, you're doing very well, you know. And I've got friends who I grew up with and who I went with in school, and they're still the closest friends I know. You know, they're always there, and you always see them. You know, and they know you as Angus. They don't know you as Angus of AC/DC. So,
So you learned how to handle with that?
yeah, I hope so.
So you think you couldn't, you know, that somebody, you see always the people what they want from you?
Do I
right
see
now?
if
Yeah.
people is always what they want something? Not really, you know. You got to have, you try to treat people the same way as they would treat you. If they're nice to you, you try to be nice back, you know. That's what life's all about, you know.
Yeah.
You know. If they hit you over the head with a hammer, then you hit them over the
Okay, gotta do that.
you know?
Ja. Angus Young ist ja jetzt ein Name, den hier jeder kennt, aber es passiert ihm trotzdem nicht so oft, dass er jetzt auf der Straße erkannt wird, weil er ist ja ziemlich klein und die Leute, die gehen ja meist an ihm vorbei und außer er ist bei irgendwelchen Anlässen, steigt aus der Limo raus oder so, dann erkennt man ihn natürlich schon, aber so hat er da irgendwie kein Problem damit, erkannt zu werden. Und auch Freundschaften haben sich im Business schon geknüpft, aber man versucht es schon zu trennen auch, also Private Life und Business. Ja, und jetzt gibt's erstmal Rock'n'Roll, nämlich Iron Maiden für euch.